guys, this is going to be a really sort of quick video. I think it just fits in, I guess, nicely with the theme I'm trying to go with for this video series and this little project. And that is what I tried to do with the horse racing thing. Several months ago now, and yeah, it sort of died out really. There was so much admin work with that as well, and yeah, I had a few other things going on, but really I wanted to put something out there, um, have a complete series from start to finish of what building a system looks like. Breaking down once you start getting a decent data set, breaking that data set down, looking at different angles, and because there's multiple ways to skin a cat when it comes to betting. Um, and sometimes it can be quite eye-opening because there's things that you would generally, most people would just scoff at, right? Oh, it's not even worth doing that, or blah blah blah. But actually, what can unearth some cheeky little steady earners as well. So look, I thought whilst I've got the database in the background now, and I've got a decent set of results, etc. I can start doing a little bit of deeper diving. And look, I'm not saying that I'm gonna provide updates on anything I'll show you here today, because yeah, I don't want to go down that road either, where I've got 25 different things that I'm trying to keep a P&L for as well. So this is really just to give you an idea of potential things you could look at. And if you are really taking an interest in this, then there's potentially profitable angles here. The lay strategy from the other day, I've looked at going back in the database. I've got it to pull some data for me, and I've split it into Industry SP and Betfair SP and P&Ls here. So this is for the daily evidence top 10. Okay, so just backing the top rated one from that report, and with 1 point every day, actually, it's profitable as things stand at the minute. There's only been 18 days, but it's profitable. It's got a 14% ROI, 50% strike rate, um, and yeah, you've got your longest losing run here. What interested me here actually was the fact that you can actually, if you just backed that top rated one for 1 point every day, you would obviously be in a 2.5 point profit. Okay. At Betfair SP again, you're not at Industry SP, I don't believe. Oh, you are just slightly at 0.8. But yeah, what I did find was quite interesting was not only did you make a profit back in the top three for 1 point each as well, at Betfair SP, you also made a profit from laying the same top rated horses that you're backing. And it sort of sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? But this is where, when I showed the other day on the lay strategy, where having a 1 point total liability when you're laying, this is where sometimes it can come to benefit you basically by just using a liability, because you're using less than a point sometimes, a maximum of a point. Whereas obviously, if you were doing it normally, you would be opening yourself up to whatever liability it goes off at. If it's 6 to 4, then it's 1.5 points, etc. So yeah, and you've got lay stats there for laying a point on each of the top 10, and laying a point each on the daily top three as well. So actually, both of those present a profit as well. Small ROI margins, but nothing to be scoffed at the minute. So yeah, look, a really small sample size, but interesting little angles that you can play. And again, this is a hidden grade. This is only a recent report, but using the database, I can sort of back test it if you like. Again, really, really small sample size, but yeah, there's a couple of showing just very small profits here, from lay strategies again with the liability, and then yeah, the strong. I thought this would be an interesting one maybe to follow. and this is the strong signals for the context watch list that sits at the bottom of this hidden grade, top 5. Um, and yeah, my suspicion was that we will potentially make more money laying these, but actually it's quite an even spread across the board. So it's profitable to back and it's profitable to lay again at liability, rather than just a straight lay stake. So yeah, that may be just something to keep an eye on, guys. I did try and break it down into race by race, um, and meeting by meeting, but I for some reason it hasn't come through, and I've got to have a look at that and understand why it's not pulling from the same reports. But again, just something that hidden grade rank 1, and I've tried to break it down into scores. So by the grade score and having that in sort of bracket and in bands, if you like, and opportunity score again in bands, breaking that down at Betfair SP and Industry SP, etc. And you can see it's very small sample sizes here, and there's a lot of small reds on the board. But this one, the combined one, as we saw today with that one, was it this one? Yeah, this Ashwood Shelby, wasn't it? This was really strong. So I've only been running this report for a few days, but I don't think I've seen anything in the 90s yet. So that was quite interesting because it was a long way clear of anything else, and it actually went on and won. It didn't win by much, but I think it was 6-1 as well. So you can sort of see that some of these are getting overlooked because this was what 3 grades up. We mentioned this on the video that I put out for the selections today, that this was moving up 3 grades. So from a punter perspective, a lot of punters would be looking at that and going, "That's moving from an A10 to an A7." But actually, this had already highlighted that it ran a median as an A5 sort of time last time. So yeah, there's maybe some little angles to keep an eye on there. So actually, that would probably be profitable now, rather than negative. But again, these are just things that you could do on your own if you find something that really interests you, whether it's a hidden grade report or the meeting by meeting, or just the general sort of predictions as well. A lot of people just quite happy just going along with these from what I can gauge anyway. And that's absolutely fine. This gets its fair share of winners at the minute, hasn't it? And I think it's had another half decent day today, although I don't know whether it's quite profitable. It didn't do well in the morning meetings, but I've checked a few results this evening, and yeah, it's had a fair few winners. So you might just want to look at different strategies you can do with this, but it's just a bit of food for thought, guys. Um, once I will try and fix this, and if I can get any decent stats out of this, because this will be like I'll have a decent sample size here, from like every meeting basically. So yeah, I should be able to pull some decent sample sets from this, and whereas these are just high level reports. So yeah, I'll work on that, and I'll maybe do another video just showing that. But these figures as well were taking 2% commission into account. So yeah, just food for thought, like I say. Maybe some angles there that you wanna look at yourself. Thanks for watching.